This particular session, we are going to discuss about 2D arrays and jagged arrays in Java. So I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Okay. So in our last session, we had discussed about concept of 1D arrays in Java, and we had seen how a 1D array is declared in case of Java. So I'm going to come up with this code here. So ये particular code हम लोगों ने already देखा हुआ है. In this particular statement, as we know, ARR1 is the reference using which we are going to access this array object, and this array object has the ability to store 4 integer values, 4 int values in it. And in last session, I had told you that the square brackets which have been used here before the name of the array can also be used after the name of the array, just like we used to do in case of C and C++. So अब question ये आता है कि is there any difference between writing those square brackets to the left hand side of the name of the array and to the right hand side of the name of the array? क्या उन square brackets को array के name के left में या right में लिखने से कोई difference आता है? That's what we are going to find out first, and then we'll be starting with the concept of 2D arrays. So let's do one thing. I'm going to make some changes here. Let's see what happens. Now my question, can you find out or say, can you spot difference between these two statements here? क्या इन दो statements के बीच में कोई difference है? So be ready with your answers, because again this is one of those tricky questions which can be asked in interviews for freshers. So this point is very important here. Is there any difference between these two statements? In those statements में कोई difference है क्या? तो answer is yes, there is big difference here. In case of first statement, ARR1 is the array, whereas ARR2 is an int variable here. Whereas in case of second statement, अगर तुम लोग second statement को देखोगे यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ पे ARR3 and ARR4 both are integer arrays. So look at the difference between these two statements. So when in case of declaration, and if you are going to declare multiple arrays in the same statement, the position of square brackets does matter. In this particular case, in the first statement, ARR1 is the 1D array, whereas ARR2 is a normal integer variable. Whereas in this second statement, as you can see there, as we had put the square brackets to the left hand side of the name of the arrays, both the variables which were declared there, ARR3 and ARR4, became integer arrays. So this is the minute difference between writing those square brackets to the left hand side of the name of the array or to the right hand side of the name of the array. Being a Java developer, we should be aware of it. Now once you have understood this, now let's start having look at 2D arrays in case of Java. So now question comes up, how 2D array is declared in Java. So declaration of 2D array goes something like this in Java. So int, then I'm going to come up with 2 pairs of square brackets. ये जो 2 pairs of square brackets है, इससे ही समझ में आ जाता है कि ये एक 2D array है. And then we are going to come up with the dimensions for the array. So now question comes up, how exactly this thing is being managed here. Most important thing, again we have made use of new keyword. हमने फिर से new keyword का use किया है. इसका मतलब यहाँ पे हम लोग फिर से array object create कर रहे हैं. Now my question again, what does this 3 and 4 is signifying here? यहाँ पे ये जो 3 and 4 जो हम लोगों ने लिखा हुआ है, इसका मीनिंग यहाँ पे क्या है? I know from your past experience with C and C++, lots of people are going to come up with this answer that sir, ये जो 3 जो लिखा है ये है number of rows and ये 4 जो लिखा है ये है number of columns, because majority of the people think of 2D arrays as if they are matrices, है ना? एक 2D array को हर कोई मैट्रिक्स समझ लेता है, और मैट्रिक्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखा जाए तो फिर हाँ, नंबर ऑफ रोज, नंबर ऑफ कॉलम्स, that sort of things come into picture. But trust me on this, this is one of the worst ways of understanding 2D arrays. Why so? Because in memory there won't be any matrix created to store your elements. ये बहुत important point है यहाँ पे. मेमोरी में कोई मैट्रिक्स क्रिएट होने वाला नहीं है जो तुम्हारे एलिमेंट्स को स्टोर करेगा. So now question comes up कि ये जो 2 dimensions है, इन 2 dimensions का actual मतलब क्या है? If you are going to come up with such kind of answers in an interview, that 3 is the number of array, number of rows here, and 4 is the number of columns here. So obviously the interviewer is not at all going to be impressed with your answer. No, rather that person is going to be pissed off with your answer, saying that you have come up to me for the interview of Java, and this is the simplest thing that I'm asking you, what is the meaning of these 2 dimensions, and you are coming up with such kind of answers that 3 is the number of rows and 4 is the number of columns. तो actually ऐसा नहीं है. तो फिर now question comes up कि actually ये जो 2 dimensions हम लोगों ने वहां पे लिख के रखे, इनका मतलब क्या है? See the first dimension here. Now you need to understand this in prominent way, that the first dimension here is specifying total number of 1D arrays, the first dimension, and the second dimension that we have here is going to specify total number of elements in each 1D array. Now this point is very important here. ये बहुत important point. That ये जो first dimension है, ये this signifies that how many total number of 1D arrays are there, and then second dimension is specifying that how many elements are there in each 1D array. So now question comes up again. You might ask me this question here that sir, we are talking about 2D array here, and आप यहाँ पे 1D arrays के बारे में क्यों बात कर रहे हो? This is where we will have to understand memory related structure as far as 2D arrays are concerned. So let me draw you a small let me draw a small diagram for you people here, and then with the use of that diagram you will be able to understand exactly what is happening behind the scenes. So let me open up whiteboard so that I will show you, I would draw a diagram for you. Okay, so the first thing that has happened here is we have created an array object. In order to refer to this array object, we have created a reference ARR1, and this array object which has been created here has capacity to store 3 1D arrays, where each 1D array has capacity to store 4 int values, or you can say 4 integer elements. This is the scenario here, and then by drawing a line, I'm going to show that the array object is being referred using the reference ARR1. So ARR1 is the reference here, using which we are referring this array object. So now an important point that we will have to understand here is that when we talk about 2D array, always remember that 2D array is nothing but considered as collection of 1D arrays. This point is very, very important here in order to understand the diagram that I have just drawn. 2D array is nothing but collection of 1D arrays. So what gets stored inside 2D array? 1D arrays get stored inside 2D array, and that's why I said ये जो first dimension है ये यहाँ पे बता रहा है कि कितने 1D arrays इस array के अंदर store हो सकते हैं, and then second dimension is specifying, is telling us that how many elements can be stored in each 1D array. So by looking at the definition of, or say declaration of this 2D array, it is very much clear that it is going to store 3 1D arrays in it, where each 1D array is going to store 4 elements in it. So in all यहाँ पे 12 elements आ जाएंगे. So if we are going to come up with this code here, system.out.println, I'll say total number of elements in ARR1 is, we will say ARR1 dot length. So now let's understand this point. This is again going to be very, very important and tricky in the interview question. So now suppose if this particular code has been given to you and it has been asked that what is going to be the output here, what would be your answer? यहाँ पे तुम लोगों का आंसर क्या होगा? Just because there are 3 1D arrays and each 1D array is going to store 4 integer elements in it, or say 4 int values in it, are you going to come up with the answer 12 here? Because 12 values are going to get stored inside this array ARR1. Or what is going to be your answer? Let's see. Keep your answer ready. Meanwhile, I'm going to compile this program and I'm going to run it for you. It's been compiled, fine. We are going to run it now and then look at the output here. Total number of elements in ARR1 is 3. Now this point is very, very important point again. Now question comes up, why are we seeing the output 3 on screen? Why isn't it 12? And that is where again the definition of 2D arrays comes into picture. Just a short while before I had told you that 2D array is nothing but collection of 1D arrays. What gets stored inside 2D array? 1D arrays. तो कितने 1D arrays stored हैं यहाँ पे? तो 3. And that's why total number of elements यहाँ पे क्या दिखा रहे हैं? 3. क्योंकि ARR1 is a 2D array और 2D array में जो elements होते हैं वो तो 1D arrays होते हैं. तो कितने 1D arrays हैं यहाँ पे? तो 3 1D arrays हैं यहाँ पे. इसलिए यहाँ पे length की value कितनी दिखाई दे रही है? बोलो 3 दिखाई दे रही है. So this point is very, very important here. Again, वो जो डायग्राम था उस डायग्राम में मैंने क्या कहा था? Such an array object has been created that has ability to store 3 1D arrays और हर 1D array में वहां पे 4 elements. So 3 is not number of rows here, rather 3 is the total number of 1D arrays that can be stored in this particular 2D array. इस particular 2D array में कितने 1D array store हो सकते हैं, and then in each 1D array how many elements are going to be stored? That's what is being specified in the second dimension here. So this point is very, very important. This particular point is very, very important. Now let's have a look at various other ways of creating an array. So we are going to come up with the next definition or say next declaration of the arrays here. So I'm going to say this thing. Now this is again another way of declaring a 2D array in case of Java. Just the only change that I have made here is those pair of square brackets have been moved from the left hand side of the array name to the right hand side. इतना ही change किया मैंने, ज़्यादा कुछ change नहीं किया. Again अगर यहाँ पे मैं length प्रॉपर्टी का यूज करूं एरे ऑब्जेक्ट के, तो यहाँ पे मुझे आंसर 2 दिखना चाहिए, बिकॉज हाउ मेनी 1D arrays आर गेटिंग स्टोर्ड हियर, तो 2 1D arrays वेयर ईच 1D array इज गोइंग टू स्टोर 3 एलिमेंट्स इन इट, है ना। 2 1D arrays स्टोर होने वाले हैं और हर 1D array के अंदर यहाँ पे 3 एलिमेंट्स स्टोर होने वाले हैं। सो आई जस्ट होप कि तुम लोगों को ये पॉइंट अच्छे से समझ में आ गया है, दैट जब भी तुम लोग 2D array के बारे में बात करोगे, the most important thing that to be kept in you people's mind is that 2D array is nothing but collection of 1D arrays, and then first dimension always specifies the total number of 1D arrays present in the 2D array, and then second dimension will specify how many elements can be stored in each 1D array of the 2D array. ये पॉइंट बहुत बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, इस पॉइंट को अच्छे से याद रखना तुम लोग। देन आगे बढ़ते हैं। Now there is one more way of declaring a 2D array here. I'm going to show you all the combinations. अब ये भी एक 2D array है, यहाँ पे तुम लोग क्लियरली देख सकते हो ARR3। See 2D array means दो डायमेंशंस, एक डायमेंशन मैंने यहाँ पे स्पेसिफाई करके रखा है और एक डायमेंशन इस लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से आ रहा है, तो इवेंचुअली ये अगेन क्या बन गया, एक 2D array बन गया। अब तुम लोग अगर दोनों पेयर ऑफ स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स लेफ्ट में लिखना चाहोगे, राइट में लिखना चाहोगे, एक लेफ्ट में लिखी एक राइट में लिखी, ऑल कॉम्बिनेशंस आर गोइंग टू वर्क हियर। देन सपोज आई एम गोइंग टू कम अप विद such code here. Now my question for you people, now would you be able to tell me the dimensions of ARR3 array here? ये जो ARR3 2D array है, इसके डायमेंशन बता पाओगे तुम लोग? तो अगेन फर्स्ट डायमेंशन जो होगा that is going to be total number of 1D arrays. So how many 1D arrays have been specified? So 2 1D arrays have been specified. तो पहला डायमेंशन तो 2 आ गया। देन सेकेंड जो डायमेंशन होगा, हर 1D array में कितने एलिमेंट्स, तो यहाँ पे हर 1D array में कितने एलिमेंट्स हैं, तो 2 एलिमेंट्स हैं। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि ये जो ARR3 array बना, ये 2 by 2 का array बन गया। Okay, so whenever you specify, whenever you provide definition of the array at the time of declaration only, you are not at all going to specify the dimensions of the array, क्योंकि Java JVM ऑटोमेटिकली या कंपाइलर ऑटोमेटिकली वो डायमेंशंस गेस कर लेगा। ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे डायमेंशंस बताने नहीं है हम लोगों को। एंड देन द लास्ट वे ऑफ क्रिएटिंग अ 2D array can be combination of the above ways. Have a look at this. So this is like combination of all the above techniques. Again, would you be able to tell me the dimensions of ARR for array here? So again, the first dimension is going to be how many total number of 1D arrays are there. तो कितने 1D arrays हैं यहाँ पे, 1 2 3 4, there are 4 1D arrays here. So we are going to come up with the first dimension as 4, and then हर 1D array में कितने एलिमेंट्स है, तो 2 एलिमेंट्स है। तो फिर यहाँ पे जो इसके डायमेंशन होंगे वो 4 by 2 होंगे। ARR3 के लिए इट इज 2 by 2, ARR2 and 3 के 1 के लिए तो इट इज क्लियरली एविडेंट ना, क्लियरली दिख रहा है वहां पे कि एक 2 by 3 है और एक 3 by 4 है। तो दिस इज द थिंग हियर, तो प्लीज डोंट एवर मेक यूज ऑफ दोज टर्म्स दैट first dimension is number of rows and second dimension is number of columns. That is not the way it is. First dimension is total number of 1D arrays and second dimension is total number of elements in each 1D array. This point is very very important here. बहुत important point है। Okay, now once we have seen how to declare 1D arrays, now let's do one thing. Let's iterate through the elements present in the 1D array, present in the 2D array. Okay, 2D arrays कैसे बनाना हम लोगों ने देख लिया। अब उसके अंदर के जो एलिमेंट्स मुझे स्क्रीन पे अगर डिस्प्ले करने हैं, तो उसके लिए हम लोग क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, लेट्स हैव अ लुक एट दैट। So I just hope that you people have noted down all the ways of creating the arrays here. So let's come up with this code. Suppose let's make some changes in the code first and then हम लोग आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay. Suppose now this all the elements of ARR4 array are to be displayed on screen as the output of this program. Let's see what we can do for this. So I'm going to make use of traditional for loop initially. So again, people generally come up with this explanation that the outer loop would be for rows and inner loop would be for columns, but we are not going to consider it that way. We are going to say the outer loop is going to fetch each 1D array, and then inner loop's task would be to display the elements of the 1D array which was fetched by the outer loop. आउटर लूप एक एक एरे को फेच करेगी और इनर लूप का काम होगा कि वो जो एक एक एरे को फेच किया गया है उस एरे के एलिमेंट्स को स्क्रीन पे डिस्प्ले करते जाना. सो आउटर लूप इज गोइंग टू रन फॉर ईच 1D एरे एंड देन इनर लूप इज गोइंग टू रन फॉर एलिमेंट्स ऑफ ईच 1D एरे. दिस इज हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू से नाउ. ओके, सो आई वुड से int I equal to 0. I should be less than equal to, so how many so outer loop is for each 1D array. तो कितने 1D arrays है यहाँ पे? So there are 3 1D arrays. So as I am starting from 0, I'll be saying I should be less than equal to 2, and then we'll say I plus plus. इसके अंदर आ जाते हैं. अब इसके अंदर आने के बाद the second for loop that we are going to come up with is going, the inner for loop that we are going to come up with is going to be for what is going to run for each element of the 1D array picked up by the outer loop. So now here we know that हर एक जो 1D array हम लोग की outer loop पिकअप करेगी, हर 1D array के अंदर there are 2 elements. हर 1D array के अंदर 2 elements हैं यहाँ, और अगर ऐसा है तो फिर inner loop 2 बार रन होनी चाहिए हर बार. So I would simply say j should be less than equal to 1 and then j plus plus, and then inside this say system.out.print. Here I'll be saying ARR4 of I j, and then after printing element every time I want space to be provided. As you can see there, I'm calling print method here, so the printing is going to happen on the same line. So elements of each 1D array are going to be present on separate line. So कुछ ऐसा कर देते हैं. तो इससे क्या होगा, here each element of the 1D array is going to get printed, so it will be printed on the same line, and then once we come out of the loop, cursor will go on the next line, so that on the new line the elements of next 1D array would be printed. So let's check whether this code is running fine or not. Compile कर लिया मैंने, and then we are going to execute this. As you can see there, the elements are being printed 60, 70, 80, 90, 20, 30. 60, 70 were the elements from the first 1D array, 80, 90 were the elements from the second 1D array, and 20, 30 were the elements from the third 1D array. Okay, but now here we can always improve our code. See, this particular nested for loop was written by me considering that there are 3 1D arrays and each 1D array contains two elements. Suppose we have been given a scenario where we don't know the dimensions of a particular 2D array, but हमें बोला जाता है कि चलो हम dimensions नहीं बताएंगे, तुम्हें उस 2D array के सारे elements को print करके दिखाना है. Anyhow, we are just going to give you only the name of the array, and we are saying that it's a 2D array, उस 2D एरे के सारे एलिमेंट्स को तुम्हें स्क्रीन पे डिस्प्ले करके दिखाना है। तो अब क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि अगर हमें डायमेंशंस पता नहीं है, कितने नंबर ऑफ रोज है, कितने नंबर ऑफ कॉलम्स है, अगर हमें ये नहीं पता तो ऐसे टाइम पे हम लोग उस 2D एरे को प्रिंट कैसे करेंगे? इट इज परफेक्टली पॉसिबल। हाउ टू डू दैट देखते हैं। सी अगर ये करना है तो अगेन जो कंसेप्ट मैंने बताया तुम लोगों को 2D एरे के बारे में, वो तुम्हारे दिमाग में होना चाहिए। 2D एरे इज नथिंग बट कलेक्शन ऑफ 1D एरेज। फर्स्ट थिंग, when we are going to iterate through the 2D array, outer loop is going to pick up each 1D array, and then inner loop is going to print elements of each 1D array picked up by the outer loop. ये पॉइंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। तो बाहर की जो लूप है वो लूप हर 1D array को पिकअप करने का काम करेगी। तो अब क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि जब हम लोग इसकी कंडीशन लगाएंगे तो हमें कैसे पता चलेगा कि कितने 1D arrays हैं वहां पे? यहाँ पे एक दिमाग लगाया जा सकता है। We can always come up with code like this. Have a look at this. क्या लिखा है मैंने यहाँ? So ये अगर चेंजेस मैं कर दूंगा तो मेरा यहाँ पे काम हो जाएगा। When I have said ARR4.length, मैंने हम लोगों ने प्रीवियस प्रोग्राम में ही देखा था that 2D array की जो लेंथ होती है उसमें टोटल नंबर ऑफ 1D arrays निकल के आते हैं। तो यहाँ पे in this particular case ARR4 contains total number of 1D arrays as 3. So we want the loop to run from 0 to 2 so that it would run 3 times 0 1 2. That's why मैंने यहाँ पे I should be less than ARR4.length लिखा हुआ है। ठीक है, अब ये वाला काम हो गया। तो आउटर लूप की कंडीशन तो सेटअप होगी। अब इनर लूप का काम क्या है? इनर लूप जैसे मैंने बोला था, इनर लूप इज देयर टू प्रिंट एलिमेंट्स ऑफ each element of 1D array picked up by the outer loop. So now we have to find out कि आउटर लूप ने कौन से 1D array को पिकअप किया है। 0th 1D array को, 0 इंडेक्स पे जो 1D array है उसे, इंडेक्स 1 पे जो 1D array है उसे, या इंडेक्स 2 पे जो 1D array है उसे। इसे कैसे हम लोग फाइंड आउट करेंगे? तो इसे लिखने का ये तरीका होगा, ARR4 of I dot length। अगेन ये काम करेंगे हम। Let's see whether we are able to print the output now. Compile. See, I can see the same output, but this code is much more better than the code that we had previously written, because now this particular code is such a code which can be used on any 2D array. It can be used on 2D array of any size. Let it be any size. This particular part is going to run properly, because here we have not hard coded the total number of 1D arrays or say length of each 1D array in our code. We have not hard coded it. हार्ड कोड करना मतलब पहले से ही स्पेसिफाई करके रखना, तो हमारा वो कोड एक ही 2D एरे के लिए सेटअप हो जाएगा। बट यहाँ पे ऐसा है कि ये अब कोड किसी भी 2D एरे के लिए सेटअप हो चुका है। सो अंडरस्टैंड, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग दैट सच काइंड ऑफ कोडिंग इज ऑलवेज एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम द एप्लीकेंट्स जो जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करते हैं, उनसे ये चीजें एक्सपेक्ट की जाती है कोडर्स के थ्रू, दैट तुम लोगों को ऐसे टाइप के कोड्स लिखने आना जरूरी है ना, जो सारे सिचुएशंस में काम करें। हार्ड कोडिंग नहीं होनी चाहिए तुम्हारे प्रोग्राम के अंदर। ओके, सो ये एक तरीका हम लोगों ने देख लिया है ना। प्लीज मेक नोट ऑफ दिस कि हम लोग ऐसे भी कोड लिख सकते हैं ना। इससे भी एक और इजी तरीका हम लोग डेफिनेटली ट्राई आउट कर सकते हैं, and that can be tried out by making use of concept of for each loop. For each loop concept का यूज करके भी हम लोग यहाँ पे बहुत इजी वे में कोड लिख सकते हैं। कैसे? जैसे मैंने फिर से बोला था, आउटर लूप इज टू पिक अप ईच 1D array and then inner loop is to pick up elements of each 1D array picked up by the outer loop. yes, यही यहाँ पे हम लोग करेंगे। सी मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, as we all know 2D array is collection of 1D arrays। तो 2D एरे में से एक एलिमेंट मैंने बाहर निकाला, मतलब क्या किया मैंने, एक 1D एरे को पिकअप किया मैंने। तो लुक एट दिस थिंग नाउ, क्या कर रहा हूं मैं यहाँ पर, I'll say int array x which is a 1D array and then यहाँ पे मैं लिख दूंगा ARR4। एंड देन यहां पर हम लोग लिखेंगे int item colon x, and here we are going to print the value of item. That's it. और ये अब काम कर जाएगा. अब ये कैसे काम करेगा? देखिए ARR4 में से एक एक 1D एरे x में आएगा, एंड देन x एरे में से एक एक एलिमेंट आइटम वेरिएबल में आएगा, एंड उस एलिमेंट को हम लोग प्रिंट करते जाएंगे. सो व्हेन दिस लूप इज गोइंग टू गेट स्टार्टेड, फर्स्ट 1D array 60 70 would be transferred into would be assigned to x, means x would start referring to the first 1D array here. And now from x, each element that is 60 and 70 is going to be printed on screen, and then we are going to come out of the loop. Cursor will go on next line. Then outer loop will continue. Outer loop में अब second 1D array को pick up किया जाएगा, that is 80 90 वाला जो 1D array. फिर उस 80 90 वाले 1D array में से 80 यहाँ पे प्रिंट हो जाएगा, 90 यहाँ पे प्रिंट हो जाएगा. Cursor will go on next line, and now we are going to fetch the third 1D array here. In this way, the entire loop is going to work. As you can see there, with the use of for each loop, है ना, अपना कोड बहुत ही ज्यादा नीट एंड क्लीन दिखाई देता है, एंड ज्यादा रीडेबल भी बन गया है कोड. देखते हैं कि ये whether this is going to work. As you can see there, all the elements of the array are getting printed on screen. No issues at all. So this is the concept of 2D arrays in Java. You need to be very, very careful in case of 2D arrays. As I had told you, the first dimension is for total number of 1D arrays, and the second dimension is for number of elements in each 1D array. Now with this thing in mind, now we are going to have a look at a special type of 2D array which is supported in Java. And note this, that this particular type that we are going to talk about is not supported in case of C and C++. It is supported in case of Java only, not in case of C and C++. We are going to talk about concept of jagged array here. People come up with different names. Some of them call this type of arrays as jagged array, or there are people who call them as ragged array also. Jagged array या ragged array कुछ भी बोल सकते हो तुम लोग इसे, ठीक है. So अब concept exactly है क्या यहाँ पे? Let's have a look at this. देखते हैं कि यहाँ पे concept exactly क्या होने वाला है. Now look at the declaration of this array ARR. Have a look at the declaration of this array ARR. We have said int square bracket, pair of square brackets ARR equal to new int, and then we have specified the number of 1D arrays here, but we have not specified how many elements are going to be stored inside each 1D array as far as ARR 2D array is concerned. तो इस ARR 2D array के अंदर जो 1D arrays होने वाले हैं, कितने 1D arrays होने वाले हैं, तो 3 वो तो लिखा है वहां पे, बट हर 1D array में कितने एलिमेंट्स होने वाले वो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर स्पेसिफाई नहीं किया हुआ है. अब क्वेश्चन ये आता है, तो सर विल दिस वर्क? तो आंसर इज यस, इट विल वर्क. इन केस ऑफ जावा इट विल वर्क. Now how will this thing work, sir? तो उसके लिए ये देख लेते हैं. I'm going to come up with this code here. ARR of 0 equal to new int, and then I'm going to put certain elements in it. Then ARR of 1 equal to new int. I'm going to put certain elements. Then ARR of 2 equal to new int. Now we are going to come up with certain elements here also. Look at this concept now. As we had not specified exactly how many number of elements were going to be present inside each 1D array. In this case, each 1D array can have any number of elements, or say variable number of elements in it. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग देख सकते हैं ARR ऑफ 0 का मतलब क्या होगा, फर्स्ट 1D array जिसमें हम लोगों ने 3 एलिमेंट्स पुटअप करके रखे हैं। ARR ऑफ 1 मीन्स सेकेंड 1D array जिसमें हम लोगों ने 2 एलिमेंट्स पुटअप करके रखे हैं। एंड ARR ऑफ 2 मीन्स थर्ड 1D array जिसमें हम लोगों ने 4 एलिमेंट्स पुटअप करके रखे हुए हैं। दिस इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ जैक्ड array for you. But as far as for each loop is concerned, there should not be any issue in printing these elements, because for each loop works in such a way that each 1D array is going to be picked up, and then elements of that 1D array are going to be displayed by the inner loop here. So whether all the arrays have the same number of elements in them or different number of elements in them doesn't at all matter for each loop. Even the previous code that we had written with the length property of the array will also work fine with jagged arrays. But the first code that I had written with the use of traditional for loop, that code cannot be applied here, because that code was relying on the fact that all the 1D arrays had same number of elements present in them. जो बात यहाँ पे नहीं हो रही है, तो फॉर ईच लूप एंड जो प्रीवियस कोड लिखा था लेंथ प्रॉपर्टी के साथ, इसका एक और फायदा तुम लोगों को दिखाई दे सकता है कि भले ही ये जैक्ड एरे हो, तुम लोग जैक्ड एरे को भी उसके थ्रू डिस्प्ले कर सकते हो, प्रिंट कर सकते हो. दिस पॉइंट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हियर. लेट्स सी whether the elements are getting printed properly. Compile, and now we are going to run this. As you can see there, first 1D array 10, 20, 30, second 1D array 40, 50, and third 1D array 60, 70, 80, 90. All the elements have been printed properly. So this is the thing that I wanted to tell you about the 2D arrays and jagged arrays in Java. So we have come to the end of this particular session. We'll be coming up with more topics in the coming sessions. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Thank you.